Welcome back to this third and final video of the Caddy maxi build. We will be jumping straight into some finishing touches, followed by some plumbing and some electrics. Now inside the van, when you want to get out, the only way when you wake up to go out is out the side door. So I figured I would tear off this panel to find the mechanism from which you could open the door from inside. So now I need to find some sort of wire to attach to this, trace it up here, and have like a small loop that you can pull and get out. Another thing was that this part from the back end of the car underneath here was stained from paint. I still have some of the paint here, so I can show you. I bought some new plywood, some very thin plywood, and I made a sketch out of the old one with the same holes drilled so I can get rid of all of this. Sometimes when you build stuff, when you're done, you're like, oh, that was perfect. I couldn't have made that any better. This is not one of those situations. 2 wires all the way down, pulls the lever, and I'm able to get out. Now for plumbing in a van, I see a lot of people making it more difficult than it should be, so I bought a used sink off a Facebook Marketplace, bought a new drain pipe, installed it with some plumbing clay. I then installed the sink by drilling out a hole in the countertop. I then attached some tubing to the drain pipe and drilled a hole into the canteen so the water could fall freely, and secured it underneath. Now for the faucet, I decided to go for this little thing. It's a chargeable faucet from Amazon, and I will put the link down in the comment section. It's connected with a pipe that goes down underneath into a freshwater bottle, and I just drilled a little notch in the table which it sits in, and it stays pretty stable here. So I could have opted for a solution with a big normal faucet, but that would require a water pump underneath. This served me really well on my first trip, so why not continue using that? I then went on a weekend trip to test everything out. I also got to put down a little tutorial on how the bed works. I did, however, run into some problems on the way home. So the van broke down. Luckily I am somewhat of a mechanic. Anyways, the bolt was really rusty, so I had to get a mechanic to cut it off for me and install the part. The next day, a buddy of mine helped me with getting some power into the van. We traced a power cord from the engine bay into the car. We then started with the basic outlay for the power circuit. This is the final setup for the power solution, and to keep it really simple, I have power from the engine bay that goes to a simple on-off switch which turns off and on the whole system. And then I have a split relay that allows the battery to charge from the engine when it's running. And from the split relay and the battery I have a fuse box. And from the fuse box I have all the connections going out for lights, and this way to a cooler box, and all the stuff I want to connect is going through here. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. The next video will be from the road to Austria and Switzerland.